Yes. You have now rocking with the best. This is your brother old guy from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast. Sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother Sandman, Viral Hip Hop News.
Yeah.
Another episode live Friday evening. The Uncensored Truth podcast on Hip Hop News Uncensored, exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
What's good, man? We in the building, feeling good. Just want to get a couple announcements out the way real quick. October 26th and 27th, we will be live. That is the Uncensored Truth podcast at Caroline's for our big bro TK Kirkland's album release party. That's October 26th and 27th, along with some other podcasts. Please go to carolines.com right now for more information. I cannot wait, Sam, man. That's going to be electric. And we here, man. Friday Night Live, Uncensored Truth podcast, man.
Let's go. Man. We in the building. We excited.
Yes.
We're excited to be here, man.
Yes,
we were ready to get in here and talk about the latest hip hop news throughout the week. We dropped some Joe Budden, Eminem news.
Yeah.
Dropped a lot of other electric news, but then we got hit over the head with the unfortunate passing of Mac Miller. Gonna talk about that a little bit, of course, and then other hip hop news. But let's get right into it. Oh God, won't you talk about it?
Yes, sir.
The unfortunate passing of our man Mac Miller.
Well, you know, Mac Miller, his real name is Malcolm McCormick. You know, he has publicly struggled through his career. You know, he had a DUI arrest, you know, in May. Well, news came through a little earlier that Malcolm McCormick, or AKA, we know him as Mac Miller, did die of an apparent drug overdose in his Los Angeles home. Now, I just want to go through a few things. We know that he was the ex of Ariana Grande, and she did release a statement, you know, a few years back, and she said the reason why they broke up was because of substance abuse. And her quote is, "I am not a babysitter or a mother. No woman should feel the need be." She wrote, "I cared for him and tried to support him through his sobriety and prayed for his balance for years and always will, of course." Now, last we know, Sam, you said that Ariana Grande, you know, turned off her Instagram. I guess she was getting a lot of people kind of trying to blame her, which is kind of crazy for the death. But, you know, condolences to Mac Miller's family. You know, he rocked hard out of Pittsburgh with Wiz Khalifa, 26 years old. And, you know, he did, you know, just to add this in there, speak, you know, publicly about his struggle with promethazine, aka lean, which is promoted heavily in the hip hop community. So once again, condolences to the young brother, man. Another one, you know, goes out from drug abuse in hip hop. Sam, man, what are your initial thoughts?
It's crazy. I dropped it earlier on Viral Hip Hop News, getting ready to come here and set up for the podcast. Like I said, we was excited to come here on Friday, and then I got the alert that he died. I'm just like, man, let me just go on live. Let me get a test of what people are feeling. And it was nonstop outpouring, outcries. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. And like I alluded to on Viral Hip Hop News, he wasn't an artist that I readily listened to, but I definitely respected him because he wasn't your typical, you know what I mean, new age mumble rapping kind of dude. He definitely paid attention to the bars, used bars, very lyrical, very respected throughout the hip hop community. So he had my respect. So when you see something happen like this to such a young talent, it's so unfortunate. Now we all know he broke up with his girl Ariana Grande probably over a year ago now, probably about a year ago, if not less. And that was very public. He was very affected by that. Ariana Grande came out and said that one of the main reasons why they broke up was because of his substance abuse that came out. But he took that hard. And then she came out and she was very she got a new relationship and they got married. And then it was so much out there and he had to deal with this publicly. When you mix substance abuse with that, it only is going to get deeper. And we're going to talk about later on his inner circle, but it's really unfortunate that he had to pass away. You said of lean, and what was the other combination, oh God, you said?
Well, promethazine, you know, a lot of people mix it with alcohol.
Okay.
You know, it's not official yet. It's, you know, it's just being alleged, you know, there's no toxicology reports, but, you know, all speculation is, you know, he had, you know, a struggle with promethazine, which we know is, I think, given people with bronchitis and is used for pain as well. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And popular throughout the hip hop community. We all know they double cup. We ain't stupid. A lot of them are doing lean. A lot of them are promoting lean. There's been a lot of talk back and forth toward the perpetuation of lean. We've talked about it throughout this podcast. We talked about it early on.
Right.
We got on Future early on about his
All right. Back on the Uncensored Truth podcast. Had a little technical difficulty. Thank everybody who stayed through. Sam, throw that music on real quick if you can. Throw the music on. We're back. I'm gonna reshare the link. Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam. Man, we getting it in tonight, man. We're gonna stay with y'all. We do apologize, for the delay. But we're back in the building. Are we look good on there?
We're good from here.
All right, cool. Bet. That's a perfect bet. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to the chat room right now. Please go into the chat room. We have Mac Miller's music right now. Go, show the brother some love. Go buy some of his music. Mac Miller's music is in the chat room. And we are back live. We do apologize for the technical difficulty. Sometimes things happen, but you are tuned in live to the Uncensored Truth podcast on Hip Hop News Uncensored exclusively. So yeah, man, we was talking about Mac Miller. We talked about him pretty much dying. We're going to pick up where we left off. We were talking about, promethazine, drug abuse in hip hop, and it pretty much being promoted widespread, in hip hop. But then we kind of journeyed into Ariana Grande, her kind of leaving him alone because of that. You know what I mean? So what's next, man, for hip hop? Are these execs, these record execs are finally going to, step up and say something like, yo, I got to stop promoting this music? Because we had the infamous conversation with Lawyer Cohen, you know what I mean, on the Breakfast Club, where he pretty much, came out and said, when he was at the helm with these different, labels and whatnot, he was just like, he really didn't care. It was a money making thing. He had to feed his family. Right. You know what I mean? So, Sam, man, do you think that majority of the execs think that way?
You brought up a great point, and it goes to, do they need to say something? Do they need to speak out? Now, first of all, they definitely all think that way because they think profit. Right. And they know what sells, and they know the overall agenda to the situation. They know what it needs to do. If they sell this, everyone's going to make money. Right. So this is what we're going to perpetuate. Lawyer Cohen was on the Breakfast Club, and he was outspoken about it. He said, I talk to my artists right in the face and tell them, you're fucking up your life, you're tearing up your stuff. Right. But I'm not going to tell them to stop. I'm not going to tell them to stop doing it in their music. They are who they are. I'm going to be them. A very savage, but very, very honest answer. Right. So they're definitely promoting it and perpetuating it. But you brought up a gay argument. Now we see another rapper die from substance abuse. And he was he was going through some things. He talked about how he didn't want to die of it. It was very chilling when he talked about Tyler Conway. I don't know if we know who Tyler Conway is. I don't know personally. If y'all know him in the comments section, he dropped this on Mac Miller. I want to listen to this and get your perspective, oh God.
Yes, sir.
I'm always like, if someone's like, you want to try this? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then it just kind of fucks you up when you have a bunch of money. Because, like, you try a drug, you like it, then you can buy a lot of it. So I went through about everything. To clear a couple of things here. There's been a lot of talk about me being on drugs. Look at me. Do I look like I'm on drugs to you? Not on drugs. Drugs are on me. All right. That was a fucking quote. That was the quote.
So he was definitely suffering from substance abuse there. I'd rather be the corny white rapper than the drugged out mess who can't even get out of this house. Overdosing is just not cool. You don't go down in history because you overdose. You just die. That was his comments.
It's a bigger problem, though. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, yeah, the execs, play a role, and the individual takes responsibility, I want to say, in this. But is it bigger, Sam, man? Because we look at, like, the pharmaceutical industry, and we look at, it's almost like they kind of cornered the market, you know what I mean, on selling drugs to the people. They kind of, it's like, what, the street dealers is doing it. We're going to set up our thing. Y'all come to us to get it. So now, because you talk about promethazine and these are things that are coming from over the counter. How is this better regulated? Because Mac Miller is one of probably thousands of people who died today from that type of drug overdose. Maybe hundreds of thousands. I'm not sure of the number. So what do you think of that aspect?
Well, even when you talk about the pill epidemic, the oxycodone, you know what I mean? We all know the bananas and all the terminology for the pills, and that epidemic that wiped away. That and promethazine goes hand in hand. And if you got a demand for something and you need money, and this is a businthis. This is ran on business, and the shelves aren't going to unstock themselves. People need to buy this product for them to make money. Then of course they're going to promote it. And what better way to promote it through music? And we all know through sonic and through harmony that gets the most into people's ear and subconscious. So what better way to promote it through music and rap music? Because we know it'll kill and we don't care. We just want to make money. We all know the pharmaceutical industry makes millions upon millions of dollars per year. And all we do is see people dying left and right. Like you said, this is a bigger problem. This brother died. Well, this kid died. So excuse me. I'm not going to do that right now. But he died he needed help. It was a cry for help. Where was his inner circle at? Where were the people around him? He was obviously under the influence for a long time. He lost relationships, and it became his life. And we're going to get more in depth of that in a couple minutes, because I had a little bit of a hypothesis that I want to bring on to the crowd, bring to the people out here, because it needs to be, the question needs to be raised. It's
crazy because I think J. Cole came out and put a message out. It was like, yo, if you're out there suffering, don't suffer in silence. Come out. Why is it that people don't come out and say they have a problem? Because this is a kid, Mac Miller, 26 years old, millionaire, you know what I mean, or close to it, you know what I mean, has all means to get rehab, to do anything. We can even go back to Meek Mill, where he sat down on Power 99 and he talked about his problem. He said he had to go get rehab. And he said they came to his house, they flushed his system out, he was done with it. You know what I mean? So why is it that he had all means to reach out for help and people don't? What do you think the epidemic is behind that?
I think social media is the day and age we live in. And when they're on the public eye and when they're in front of them lights, it ain't no amount of help that's going to get rid of these people nonstop in your ear, in your face. I talked about it earlier on the Uncensored Truth podcast live, and said we'll talk about it more here. Ariana Grande had to shut down her social media because she was getting so many people going at her throat, blaming her for this. Social media runs the world. It runs it. And when you have direct access to our celebrities and our people, and we can hit them nonstop and they have to see that right on, it takes its toll. Right. And we all know what he went through and what he lived through the last couple of months with the breakup, the public substance abuse. He crashed his G4 wagon, wrapped it around a tree, blew 2 over the legal limit, 2.0 over the legal limit. So this kid was pouring and crying for help early on, and I don't think any amount of celebrity can succumb to the lights. We see Demi Lovato. I don't know her music too well, but she's definitely one of those other polarizing figures. She almost overdosed a couple weeks ago. Sold her house, a $10 million house. She got that up for sale. She dealt with her battles of substance abuse. We all know the nonstop celebrities. Like I said, Anthony Bourdain. I said that early on Uncensored Truth. Suicide. We see drug abuse killing our we got Fredro Starr out in Chicago. Fredro Santana. Excuse me, Fredro Santana.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace. Apologize for that. Out in Chicago, he died because of lean abuse. It's insane, man.
And even Eminem, he was one earlier, who struggled, you know what I mean, with I think it was pain pill addiction, if I'm not mistaken. He rapped about it all through his song. So, when we see it happening in the rappers, when we see him again, like he was saying earlier, it's just a microcosm of what's going on, in the world. And I think it's a responsibility that goes around, the board, because you got a lot of times people, and I was just reading some of the comments. Some people say they get these pills and stuff for anxiety or pain, and they get hooked on them. Yeah, that you go to that, you get the teeth pulled, whatever type of injury you get them. They're so powerful, people get hooked, and they don't have a way out. You know what I mean? So yeah,
we were talking about that. We were talking about the construction worker. They gonna hurt their back, or something like that, and then they got to get put on these pills, and all of a sudden they're addicted to them. Right. Now, I remember I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out by a little over a year ago, and thank goodness, like that stuff just turns me off. I get sick. It just, my body rejects it all the way. But I can only imagine like taking that one, then getting used to it, then liking the high, and then it takes over you, and then before you know it, you're an addict. Yeah, and it happens so quick, and it's not just. I remember back in the day when we seen crack and we seen heroin and we seen cocaine and all the things that really started killing people. It was predominantly us. It was black. We seen us dying, but now it's everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Maybe even more so, it's taking a toll on the white community. Maybe even so. You look at a lot of the areas where that type of drug is prevalent is in predominantly white states. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a big problem, and we can go real deep into that one, man.
Definitely get real deep into that. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yes, sir.
As more comes through, we'll talk about it. What's going on in the comment section right now regarding
Mac
while
Miller. You check that, I'll just give the people a quick recap. If you're tuning into the Uncensored Truth podcast live on Hip Hop News Uncensored, Mac Miller 26 years old, was pronounced dead today. He did die of an apparent overdose, according to the articles. Mac Miller, whose name is Malcolm McCormick, a former label mate of our brother Wiz Khalifa out of Pittsburgh. He was also out of Pittsburgh, did die of an apparent overdose. If you're just tuning in, for that news. So yeah, man, tragic, condolences to his family. Once again, everybody listening though, please do me a favor, hit the like button, family, and make sure that y'all share this video. We do appreciate, your participation in advance.
Oh God. I alluded and raised this question, earlier on, and I said it may be controversial to kind of maybe title it this, but someone, Donald Anderson, shout out. I don't know if you were kind of alluding to what I was, maybe not, but great question. That raises questions then. Something is not adding up. I said that maybe, I raised a question of whether or not it was an accidental overdose or did he know what he was doing? Was he just fed the fuck up? Was he over it? I would love to hear with the fans of Mac Miller. If you're in the building right now, please just light up the comment section. Let me know what you think. Did he do this on purpose? Was this a suicide?
You asked me that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is overdose, and I'm not trying to be stupid. Overdose, technically, the overdose isn't considered suicide, right? You can have accidental overdose. And
yeah. It could be accidental.
Lovato had an accidental overdose. You start mixing the wrong kind of combination of stuff. It's accidental.
Right.
But he's been going through this for a long time. We've seen the public breakup. We've seen the marriage. We've seen the rock. The two lovebirds had their stuff tattooed. He's watching all this. He sees all this. Then it's more and more and more. So was he completely fed up and just said, fuck it, unfortunately? Or do you think this was accidental?
I don't know. It's hard, it's almost impossible for me to speculate, that, without being around and really knowing them. But, either way, it's just tragic. It's tragic. But there's no way that I could answer. I know we talked about that earlier, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about that. And I'm going to bring that up. One of the reasons why she did shut down, Ariana Grande did shut down her Instagram or Twitter account, whatever one that was. So yeah, man, I really can't answer that, bro. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, man.
I don't either. I don't know his music well enough. I'm not a fan of him well enough to accurately answer a question like that the right way. So I can't wait for the outpouring of comments. I see a couple right now. I'll wait on that. But like I alluded to, I raised the question only because of you see everything that he was going through. And we talk about, Anthony Bourdain committed suicide. We see a number of other celebrities that just say fuck it and just, pull the plug on themselves way too early, way prematurely. It's very, very sad.
Right.
And then we also have accidental deaths. We see Prince, unfortunately, and now that's going to court because that may be a little more fishy than what we thought. Michael Jackson, same thing. So, these things are a little more fishy, but then we have your Demi Lovato's who she fortunately survived her situation, but a lot of people don't. Mac Miller may be one of them things. I've seen one person that say they guarantee it wasn't an overdose. Somebody says depression for real. You know what I mean? I'm just going through a couple of the things. So I'm not sure yet.
Let's talk about like Prince. You threw that out there, but let's talk more about that. Prince's family, we did this about a week or so ago. Family is actually suing the doctor and the pharmacy. I think it was Walgreens, if I'm not mistaken, for prescribing, Prince a high amount of fentanyl, which is another painkiller. You know what I mean? So some people are, looking, we don't know if they're going to win that lawsuit, but they shouldn't be giving out those, amounts, of those type of drugs like that. They shouldn't be if they know how dangerous they are. That's crazy.
Do you think that a lot of our celebrities are addicted and it goes a little overboard? Do you think, and I don't know, do you think that he was addicted to him? Because we know how easy.
Absolutely. Definitely, man. Whether it be they want to do it and they can't, because it was Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane put up he did an interview. I forget the name of the show, and he was kind of talking about he was drinking lean for 7 years straight. You know what I mean? And he talked about he had to stop when he wanted to. He said he drunk it when he got up all day long. He couldn't stop. Remember, he was all fat, but then he got locked up. And then he said that was the point where, he kind of just lost the, I guess started working out and he could never go back to it. So the people got to come to the point, as with anything that you're doing, when you made the decision to start eating healthy. We always, he's like, I'm not picking up that stuff. When you made the decision to be a vegan, I'm not, eating meat or whatever. I'm living a different lifestyle. So I don't care how much money you got, who you are, until you come to that, realization, like, look, I want to stop this. You ain't going to stop. You got to want to stop. And like you say the circle, and this is where we got to go with the self-accountability, because everybody got to be accountable for themselves. You know what I mean? Everybody. You know, it's just like, yeah, like, you know, you got to be accountable for your action. If you want to stop, you will eventually find the means to stop, period.
Oh God, will this wake some of our rappers up? Is this enough? Or is this just the latest in a long line coming of rappers to come in? Is will lean just totally wipe out a lot of the people that drink it, abuse it, use it? Because we see, and one that just really comes to mind is Lil Wayne. Now we've seen him fight death for a long time. He sorted off death for a long time, seizure after seizure. Oh, just, you know what I mean? Like, and we only know how real it may have gotten. Right. It's well publicized how much he uses lean, how well he uses lean.
Facts.
But he's one of the most prominent MCs of all time, whether you love him or hate him. He had his time where he took over and deserves his stamp in history as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Top 5, 10, whatever you have him in. Will this wake some of our rappers up to, you know, go what? I'm gonna put this shit the fuck down, man. I life is more than this, because I see a couple people in the comment section, shout out to them, who are saying that death is the new thing. Death is the new popular thing to do.
That's foolish.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But is it right?
Nah, I mean, it's just like, you know, when I look at the whole situation with Lil Wayne in particular, I remember when he almost did die. And, you know, we both put videos up, but I put a particular video up, you know, on my channel. That got about 1.4 million views, where I had Wayne talking about, a few other people, Meek Mill, talking about you know, their addiction and their struggle with promethazine and other prescription drugs and stuff like that. But what's really stood out to me is when Lil Wayne, you know, started talking about, you know, how he almost died like a few times. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. I will hope. But, you know, the comment section of the video, to get to the point, I seen a lot of people, you know, and I don't know, you know, it's just the comment section. You know, who knows? You know, people could be talking shit, but I think it was genuine. A lot of people said it reached them. So hopefully, I could only hope that this would, like, it'll scare the shit out of some people. They say, you know what? I got to stop this, and this, even though, you know, it may, because you gotta remember, man, this is something that feels good to these dudes, man. And they're masking. A lot of times people are masking things, but it's drinking alcohol, smoking weed. These are good. Not saying a good thing, but these things make you feel good when you're on these type of Xanaxes and drugs. So it's not an easy thing to kick. People are saying it like it's something easy to do. You know what I mean? To kick a habit like that. It's hard. It's hard.
It's definitely hard.
Right.
I want to transition a little bit into Mac Miller and his death. Is this a here today, gone tomorrow story? Is this unfortunately one of those things? We live in a day and age where the story is here today, gone tomorrow. Is this something? And I only ask that because this is a real fucking situation. This is killing people. Like you said, Mac Miller died today, but how many other bodies have fallen because of lean, because of drug abuse, because of overdose, accidental or intentional? How many people have died today because of overdose? When is this going to be really, really addressed? I mean, we see 45 and we all have our opinions about them. You know what I mean? From the business perspective or whatever, talking about nailing. But then we have this epidemic, but because it's so economically, you know what I mean, it helps. And because it flourishes so well, it's often thrown under the wayside. But we have bodies falling, and a lot of prominent bodies now. In 2018, where we get to touch our celebrity and get so close to them, where we can get intimate, where we feel like we know them, this shit's hurting people. Like I said, I went live earlier, and people were crushed, and I'm sure people are crushed right now in this comment section. I really got into it yet, but what do you think about that?
You know, I'm not gonna say that's gonna be here today or gone tomorrow. You know, again, I think it'll serve as a wake-up call for some people. Some people are going to continue to do what they do. I mean, it's not the first person, you know, celebrity who died. It won't be the last. It's going to be more. It's been happening, you know, ever since celebrities have it. You know what I mean? There's been people that have died, you know, from overdoses, suspected and stuff. So, you know, it's just a part, you know, of America and the culture of America, and even hip hop culture now. It seems like it's even a part, you know, of that, since it's promoted, you know, so widespread. But I just want to encourage everybody to please go into the chat room, and we do have hit those links. My brother Darren Marion, he's in there. He's dropping, you know, some links for the Uncensored Truth podcast. Go to our channel, as well as some of Mac Miller's music. Go ahead, support him, and get some of his music on iTunes right now. I think that'd be real dope.
Darren, man, yeah, definitely appreciate that, man. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. We talked about it earlier on the Uncensored Truth podcast. Talked about earlier on Viral Hip Hop News. Make sure you subscribe to all of those podcasts and all of those platforms right now if you haven't done it already. Oh God, man, yeah, this is crazy, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. Everybody watching, please hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. So just a quick recap before we move on. We want to talk about a few other things. I know I see a few people are still coming into the building. Mac Miller did die today at the age of 26. Mac Miller dies today at the age of 26, and they're saying that it's an apparent overdose. Just wanted to update some of the people, you know, who did come in. But yeah, maybe we want to get to a few other stories today. Thank you guys for checking in, you know, to the podcast and staying with us tonight. We do appreciate it. I want to talk about this, Sam, man, and get your opinion on this story. Former Timberwolves and Celtic star Kevin Garnett is suing an accountant and his firm for allegedly enabling wealth manager Charles Banks to steal, check this out, man, $77 million.
What?
Yes.
What?
$77 million. Now the lawsuit claims that, hopefully I'm saying these guys' name right, Wortham and Welcome possess actual knowledge that Banks, you know, was helping him to millions of dollars of Garnett's money and did nothing about it, according to the Associated Press. Now, the accountant here, Banks, you know, who was serving 4 to 5, here's another catch to this one, you know, he is serving 4 to 5 years in prison for defrauding Tim Duncan also. So apparently Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett, in court to an article, had the same accountant, and he was already convicted and serving time of ripping off millions of dollars from Garnett. Right. Now, Duncan. Now Garnett is accusing him of stealing 77. That's crazy. What do you think about that, Sam, man?
Well, thank God he's already in jail and already getting convicted of these crimes. Thank God. Because $77 million is insane. And it looks like Kevin Garnett has a good chance in getting his bread back.
Right.
Or some of it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but $77 million. How the hell does somebody get up under your nose and take that much money? Do we have a report on how much he took from Tim Duncan? Do we know how much?
I said a few million. It just says, of millions. It just says defrauding Tim Duncan in millions. It'll just give it an exact amount.
I see.
Yeah.
Man, $77 million.
Right.
I don't know. I think I couldn't see homeboy. It'd get real.
Yeah.
It'd get fucking real.
Right. Any chance of him getting the money back? Probably not at this point.
You don't think Kevin Garnett's gonna get his bread back?
Where's the money at? You think the guy got the money sitting in his account? You know what I mean? He probably spent it, but you know, hopefully, I don't know. He's doing time, so his business is probably not still up and running. Obviously, they probably shut it down, so he probably doesn't get this back, man. It's probably just gonna be an L. Hopefully, he gets some of it. Yeah.
I hope you're not right on that. But then you raise a great argument.
Yes,
Where's you gonna get it from? Homeboy ain't got that shit. That shit's gone.
It's like Madoff. Like, remember Bernie Madoff got everybody? Yeah. Some people got money back, but it was just like, you know what I mean? You got to do a better job, man. That's why you got to, you know, we going to announce this. We got a mentorship program coming up real soon. We want to announce. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, you know, to either of the channels, you know, where we're going to be, you know, helping people with their YouTube channels, SEO training, financial business, you know, accounting, you know, and literacy, you know, and all of that. We're going to be offering a program real soon. So stay tuned. Within the next week, we're going to be rolling that out. So I can't wait, man. Definitely.
It's going to be dope. If you're really serious about making some money, if you're really serious about being great at this thing called YouTube, but really don't have an eye or perspective on how to do it, then I seriously suggest you come over to our platform that we'll be dropping on information on real soon. I don't know if Darren's getting busy in the chat room. If he is, we'll let you know, because you might have a link tonight on how to really get involved and get active on how to get into this mentorship program. Oh God and I are both testimonies to the program. You all know the history if you stayed real intimately connected to our journey with hip hop news, Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News, but we'll get in depth with that as well as many other things over there at the mentorship. We look forward to that. Oh God, I wanted to shift gears real quick.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We had the unfortunate death. We came in here with some energy. We came in here ready.
Right.
A little bit of a chip on our shoulder. I told you I had a fucking Doritos bag on my shoulder right now.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get into that.
Yes, sir.
But Joe Budden.
Right.
We talked about his podcast. We talked about Eminem. Kamikaze came out last week, Friday, live on the podcast. That was dope. Got to talk about it. We said Joe needed to respond. Did Joe need to respond? Blah, 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 blah. Earlier this week on the podcast, he had a couple of brief clips that we talked about, but a lot of people in both the comment section on Hip Hop News and Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News all emphatically said, no, he needs to come back with some bars.
Definitely.
Then he dropped his podcast, and he answered that question on whether or not he was going to come back. No, he said no, but he gave a reason why. And I'm not going to play the clip because that's competition, but I will tell you what he said. He was talking, he said basically, just to paraphrase him, M was garbage. The rhyme was garbage. Do you think that some couple of domestic violence whack ass bars are going to get me out of retirement? He said, M, do me a favor. When you're not promoting an album, when it's not for the strength of making money, you make a record geared towards me without any financial gain coming from it. Throw some bars, and I will personally come out and tear that ass apart, Pauls.
That sounds like
came with some fucking energy. He was ripping and this shit and just
right. I mean, it's like, you know,
don't fucking tell me. He was on that.
Just come with the bars, dude. That's what I say. Don't say do this and that. Just come with the bars. I don't. I mean, now again, you know, I'm just going off the consensus of the people from what I've seen on my channel. You know, that may be, you know, biased of me, but you know, I go with the pulse of the people on Hip Hop News Uncensored, and a lot of people in the comment section was like they wanted to hear straight bars, not no dude talking on a podcast. I agree, but Joe Buttons did, you know, lay his premise down and made his point clear either way. I'll give him that.
That podcast, let me see what that got. Talks about Eminem and breaks down the history. That is currently at 886,000 views as of yesterday.
Right.
That's a lot of fucking views. That's a lot of people. I don't know what the comments are saying in there, but a lot of people are on Joe's side. Obviously, I mean,
did you see the like, the dislike on that joint? It was different, but we'll get to that another time. Yeah, well, yeah, even on the video we put up on Hip Hop News Uncensored,
that was sketchy.
People like him, but they love Eminem,
right?
You know.
But was Joe right? First off, I mean, you called him on that podcast, Eminem, one of the most overrated rappers of all time.
Did I? Damn,
you did
play that back. I think I did say that.
You said that.
Okay.
So I mean, speak on that, because now people are upset about Eminem. But you personally said it. I think we both said that in a rap battle, which we'll talk about later because we fired up from the rap battle that we saw today.
Man, murder boot.
Yeah, saw that joint.
Yeah,
but we said that he was removed this time, and in a battle, Joe would get him in a close one. We both said that. So talk about that. I mean, people obviously disagree with us.
A lot of people disagree because they was talking about the Hollow to Don. I think they was talking about
Hollow. Yeah.
You know, Joe, and they kind of made some good points, and I appreciate the air to the street, the people in the comments for refreshing our memories. Sometimes, you know, stuff slips our mind.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know what I mean. Y'all let us know a few things, but Eminem being overrated, I think a lot of people just ride him, and just a lot of other people. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Eminem. Great body of work. And is a tremendous MC, as we all know. But there are a lot of people that are ahead of Eminem, man. A lot of people. And then people just, you know, they always trying to put him up in that, you know what I mean, space that I don't think he belongs in.
Is that because you're more so of a content guy? You want to hear substance in your bars as opposed to real slick wordplay? Because I don't think anybody would argue that Eminem is probably one of the greatest when it comes to wordplay and putting words together and his cadence and stuff like that. He's probably one of the greatest. But when it comes to substance and lyrical bars and warfare, there's so many others that are in front of him. And a lot of people, they tried to school us on Hollow to Don and that battle and how Joe got cooked in that. But what I will say is at least Joe had the heart to get in the ring outside of his element at the time and do battle with a fucking monster. Wow. Hollow to Don is nobody to fuck with. There's a lot of people in the rap or in the underground rap game, in freestyle rap game. We all know the names. That don't fuck with Hollow to Don. He's one of the best. So for Joe to get in there in Slaughterhouse, quote unquote, one of the mainstream rappers, quote unquote, garbage, quote unquote, this, and get in there and do bars, it's more than we could say about Eminem. Now, we saw the movie. 8 Mile was great. But when's the last time we seen him in the dungeon getting dirty?
Right.
With some freestyle rappers and really get in there and get out of his element. No music, no
so you don't
studio.
think Eminem has substance in his lyrics? Really? In the last 10 years or 5 years?
I do.
Right.
Last 5 or 10. I think he was. I don't want to say.
Get it out, man. Uncensored the Truth podcast, baby. Friday Night Live. Let's go.
I don't think he didn't get anything to garner my attention.
Right.
You know, whether I seen Crooked Eye, one of the members of the Slaughterhouse. He went on his IG Live and disagreed with Joe Budden's statement in regards that Eminem didn't say shit over 10 years because he said he was going through substance abuse. And we all know during the time that Eminem, we all just talked about Mac Miller, going through substance abuse. And a lot of the substance abuse and a lot of that pain was in Eminem's music. Joe Budden, another person, a victim of substance abuse. Maybe he said, fuck that, you're making excuses, it's whack. it translated to Crooked Eye, and he really gained some knowledge, and he learned from that. So I'm one of the people that maybe couldn't pay attention to it, but I'm not going to sit here and act like it didn't affect somebody. If somebody's a real Eminem, true Eminem fan, and I'm an Eminem fan, but during that time I fell off. Like you said, he fell off. I asked you, you said when the greats, well, why isn't Eminem in that conversation when you listen? Because you listen to primarily the old school rap that you grew up to and listen, and we all grew up on Eminem. Why isn't he there? And you emphatically said he fell off. So maybe that's why. Yeah, I mean,
he fell off, you know, and it happens. I mean, he's been around for a long time. I'm not saying it's like a tremendously bad thing. It's just a lot of rappers came up and, you know, did it better. Now, to switch a little bit though, what do you think about the Machine Gun Kelly diss? You think he hit Eminem? Because you know, it was a Billboard article that I seen earlier today where they said Eminem's manager did confirm, you know, that Eminem will be releasing a diss for Machine Gun Kelly. You know what I mean? So what do you think about Machine Gun Kelly's diss song to Eminem?
It must have been good enough for him to garner a response. Now, to any,
I mean, what do you think though?
I think that Eminem may be looking for attention. I think Eminem may be loving the fact that anybody responded to him. I think Eminem threw jabs so anybody could respond to him. I think Eminem did a very good marketing move when it comes to this, because we are in a day and age that if he really wanted to drop a freestyle or lay somebody's ass out, he could have done that, dropped one song and really killed him and really, you know what I mean, focused on that. But he dropped it throughout a whole album. Right. Which I think loses a lot of its weight, in my opinion. When you really dive into it and dig into the bars, I think a lot of the people that he went at, it kind of goes here today, going tomorrow, because he really didn't get into it. Now, and Machine Gun Kelly directly addressed Eminem, but as he should. He's a young, upcoming rapper, feeling as though Eminem did him wrong. He doesn't even have the name as a Joe Budden. He doesn't have the Joe Budden podcast to sit there and lay Eminem's ass out the way Joe Budden does. And he's trying to make his money. He's trying to stamp his name in the game. Word. So it makes sense for him to do it. But what Eminem just did is raise this boy's stock. Joe Budden said a lot of great things. You never seen Eminem really promote his artists. He has shady records. He's a businessman, but you never really see anybody out of his can't really flourish.
Compared to Rick Ross, kind of.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's a great point. When you see Rick Ross, he had Meek Mill, he had Wale all on tour. He had everybody with Starlee, Marion. They were all with him. They were all promoted. They all had themselves. Marion had him with, but he was there. He was there. Dancing and singing and all that shit. He was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? He took care of his artist. And when you see Eminem, the name that he is, what he could have did with a Slaughterhouse, what he could do with a Griselda. You know what I mean? Shout out to Benny the Butcher and the crew over there at Griselda. You know what I mean? Conway, we all know. So is he just a bad businessman? And is this just a cry for help? Was this Eminem album, although when we first heard it, we just got caught up in the allure that Eminem dropped the album, talked about people, but is it cracked the way we all think it was? You know what I mean? Hey, let's get into the comments. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, it's like, man, what's stuff now, man? I don't know, man. I'm not really... Again, man, I'm if you go through my playlist, I'm messing with a lot of the old cats. I'm not really looking for, you know, people, you know, putting that type of music out anymore. I'm not, you know, and the Eminem, only reason why I listen to it because you put it on that day. I would have never like, so I'm gonna listen to the Eminem shit like that. So I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. So, but yeah, man, while you look into the comment section, family, you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast. If you were wondering, I know whose podcast is this? This is the Uncensored Truth podcast. You can find us on any, you know, platform, you know, but right now the link will be in the chat room to go to our official Uncensored Truth podcast page and hit the like button, everybody, please, and make sure that you share this video. If you're just tuning in, we're gonna do a quick recap. You know, I know y'all see the title, like, what are they talking about? This is our Friday Night Live video to be you know, that we always do every Friday night. But Mac Miller did die today at the age of 26 of an apparent drug overdose. So yeah, definitely yeah, and his family, this is coming across real quick. I'll read this real quick while you're still going through the comments. His family did release a statement. Let me pull that up.
As the news is going on, that's dope. We can get to it live.
Right. So they say Malcolm McCormick, known and adored by his fans as Mac Miller, has tragically passed away at the age of 26, reads a statement. He was a bright light in the world for his family and friends and fans. Thank you for the prayers. Please respect our privacy. And they say there are no further details as of to the cause of his death at the time. So again, it's alleged or apparent that it's an overdose, but the family is not confirming. So I did want to, release that statement that just came across via hotnewhiphop.com.
I'm gonna get into Twitter real quick and get some of the celebrities, because Twitter's going on right now about Mac Miller. J. Cole just came in. This is a message for anybody in this game that's going through something. If you don't feel right, if you feel you have a substance problem, if you need an ear to vent to, if you are uncomfortable talking to people around you, please reach out to me. Now, he was very vocal on meditation, and we all heard meditate over medicate in the album KOD. J. Cole's that dude. He really talks about just substance abuse in the game and how he almost got caught up under it. He realized throughout with the drinking and the clubbing, it realized it, and he couldn't get a hold of it. It became a problem, and he had to kind of just shut off from it. So that is genuine. Young Dolph, rest in peace, Mac Miller. The Weeknd, rest in peace, Mac Miller. It's a sad day. Joe Budden, never take for granted the struggle of our favorite artists and what they go through. We all know what he went through, you know what I mean? And we talked about it on here. It was very sad. Breakfast Club, salute. I mean, the list goes on and on. Fab threw his wishes out. I'm trying to get to some of the more prominent. Wale, I'm broken. So this dude had a lot of influence, you know what I mean? He had a lot of friends.
Right.
Out there. So it's real fucked up. Sad, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you're checking out the Uncensored Truth podcast live every Friday night at 7:30 exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored. If you're listening, please do me 2 favors. All I ask is 2 things of you. Hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. Definitely helps, get the content where we need it, to go. Also, if you're looking for your latest hip hop news, go to hiphopun.com. The links are in the description box. So definitely, man, having a beautiful, beautiful show.
Yeah, man.
And we do appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely. So we're going to switch gears a little bit. As the Mac Miller news comes along, if we're live, we'll definitely drop that for you and get right back to Mac Miller. But in the pre-production, we finally got to watch, because we heard all the rumbles, you know what I mean, for a week or so now. Murder Mook versus A-Bird. Goddamn. We watched a little bit separately, and then we got to watch the third and final round together, and woo! I don't know if anybody watched that in the comment section, but get that motherfucker lit up about this battle right now. We need to know who y'all got in the battle.
Put it in there. Who y'all think? Well, I know y'all fuck with battle rap.
Got to.
It's beautiful for the culture, man.
Oh man, tell them
it's beautiful. And then I look at it like I was looking at it like how they get up in each other's face, they touch each other. I don't think rappers could really do that. They'd be so emotional. That clicks would be, you know what I mean? So we can really, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that platform, is doing what it's doing, and that is continuing to grow. But Murder Mook is a beast, but we gotta. The dude, Ayo Verb, man, fire, yo, fire. He really impressed.
It was great. I had him 2-0, and I was surprised because Murder comes with that work. 2-0 going into the third, and then like I said, we watched the third round together, and Murder Mook got deep,
right?
And he started to cut, started cutting. And we was like, damn, like Mook may have had to knock him out, and he got his ass on the ground. And then we heard A-Verb say, y'all thought y'all had me in the casket, y'all thought I had me 6 feet under, and he came up. That was the first couple of bars he said, and then from then on, he put in work. And I was sitting there like, damn, he's cutting him. You see Murder Mook getting upset, he's cutting him. And we were just like, damn.
So you got 2-1 of Ayo Verb winning pretty much, right?
Oh man.
Shout out to my man, Axeman. Peace to you, brother. I appreciate that, and we will. But go ahead, Sam, man. So who you got? Verb?
In a close one.
Oh man.
But I think it deserves another 3 rounds.
3-0? Not 3-0 though.
No way.
Right.
I thought Mook did surgical fucking damage in that third round. He was cutting. Yeah. All throughout it. Cutting.
When I thought Mook was slowing down at some points, I'm like, man, because we was out there, we was chilling. It was like Mook kind of lost our attention. But then it was just like we was all ears, and he was just show why he is one of the greats, if not the greatest one to ever do this. You know what I mean? But Ayo Verb though, he matched his tenacity, man. And I was kind of, because that's one thing Mook, you know what I mean, can do. You know what I mean? Well, almost better than anybody. But this dude came back with it. Pause. And it really made me appreciate, battle rapping on a whole nother level. I never really did before. And I apologize to that. I kind of never really looked at it like I look at it now, man. So though I'm a fan.
It's fucking addicting, man.
Right.
Especially if you're into real rap and real bars. There's no music. You got to really pay attention.
Right.
And it gets you excited to go out there and get creative. Like just the genius behind these motherfuckers. And like you said, the fact that they can just get in each other's face, get personal,
right,
and still remain and show professionalism, it's a work of art that definitely needs to be applauded. They need $1 million stadiums for this shit. I don't know if they got into that event yet, but these brothers need to be paid accordingly. Now, let me talk about a little bit and
Mark
dive
Exton.
into the bird,
right. Look at the comment from Mark Exton before you go in. It just
I got you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But go ahead.
What do you think about Verb's comment in regard to Murder Mook not showing him any love? We got a podcast, we got a platform. We all know the power that it shows. You know what I mean?
Right. To
have a podcast. Is Verb right? Should Murder Mook show a lot of the people under him because he's considered the GOAT more love, or does Murder Mook does he have any right to say fuck everybody? You know what I mean? You know,
and that was the aspect when I first started watching. I liked the way the dude Verb, you know, the way he approached the whole situation with Mook, and he hit him in a couple spots like, yo. So yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know the whole situation, you know, about the podcast. I do know he has a podcast. I don't know who exactly he did have on there, but if there is any truth to that, you know, I think this should definitely show, you know, his fellow. It only be good for the podcast. That's just like us having hip hop artists come through here. It's a hip hop platform. It only makes sense,
right?
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think, you know, so maybe he will after this. I think those two brothers, Ayo Verb and Murder Mook, have a tremendous amount of respect. And I got a few people in the in the chat room who said Mook 2-1, and you got my man Sambo who put 2-1 Verb. But a couple, who's that person who put Devin Jackson put Mook 2-1. Yeah.
I mean, it's a toss-up. I can't argue with that. I can't argue. If the people that said Mook 2-1, what rounds you gave Mook over Verb?
Right. Somebody put Mook big-headed. You think so?
Do you blame him?
Yeah, you've been crushing shit for years. Like, it's like LeBron and Mike. I mean, you've been winning championships.
But I mean, I ain't gonna talk about Mike because we had that meme. But Mike said, "Fuck them kids." But LeBron takes care of them kids.
That was real.
Nah, it was funny as hell.
The Kanye shit was funny too.
Which one was that? I didn't see
it
that.
It said, what did it say? Something about slavery.
Okay,
slavery was a choice. It had a joint. It's all kind of crazy. Then it had with Jada Pinkett. Remember on the Set It Off movie? Mm-hmm. It said, what's the dude's name? I forgot the dude's name. I need a favor. Remember the guy she was sleep with in the movie? I forget his name. Yeah. That was funny as hell.
Oh man, yeah, internet's unfucking forgiving, man.
Yes, sir.
We got people in there saying, what my man Devin Jackson said, 1 and 3rd. Okay. One was real close for me too. Mm-hmm. I thought Verb did his fucking thing in the second round, and the first round was a toss-up. I can see how people could say that. Definitely. Let me see that comment you threw out there. I ain't see that joint. That's crazy.
That was a crazy man.
Yeah, he was in there.
Dang, Mark. Why you going? I'm gonna put you on the spot, Mark. X.
We about to get him live?
Hey, put him on the spot. Read that joint, man. You see it?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it.
I mean, it's the Uncensored Truth podcast.
Fuck him. One more dead culture vulture. This is their lifestyle, not yours. I don't agree with that one.
Oh, talk about that then, Sam, man. Elaborate.
And maybe I'm ignorant to the point because I don't know his music too well. But when you get an outpouring of respect that he's getting right now from throughout the hip hop community, and you see the little pumps of the world and the little fizzes and little bizzies and little fuck boys,
right?
Blatant culture vultures, tattoo faces, and all that shit. What they saying? Let me see. What we got going on? Which one?
You see?
Yeah, I mean. Oh shit.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But
lost train of thought.
Nah, I got this shit. You see your little flips and your little pumps and all this stuff, and how they blatantly vulture the culture, 6ix9ine to a certain degree, one could say. And then you get a Mac Miller who's just quietly laying down bars, doing his rap thing, has his own lane, ain't out here trying to perpetuate this, ain't out here trying to be black, ain't out here running around, doing the crazy shit that you see the other people doing. Mm-hmm. I don't consider him a culture vulture. I think white people have their place in rap. Now, we all know who created it, who runs it, just like basketball, football, and everything else. But I think everyone has their place. And I don't want to get too crazy in saying that he didn't have his place.
It's
He was
America.
a talented artist.
Yeah.
He had a fucking impact in the culture. He did his thing. You You know what I mean?
Right. They're gonna be buck dancing.
Ain't nobody fucking buck
I'm
dancing.
fucking around.
Buck you.
You crazy as hell. Yeah.
Fuck
man.
you.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam, man. I got Mook. I'm gonna give mine real quick before we go.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next thing. I'm gonna give it to Murder Mook. I'm gonna give it to him. And I want to see it. I want to see another battle. I want to see them do this again. Maybe the purse could be bigger. You know what I mean? I think it'd be good, you know, for them and obviously battle rap culture. But yeah, I would like to see it again. But yeah, it's almost like one of those good boxing matches back in the day.
Facts.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
reminded me of Holyfield fucking Riddick Bowe.
Right.
Them rounds, just 12 rounds of nonstop. Somebody got knocked down, they got up and knocked the other person down.
Facts.
And it wasn't enough just to go one fight. You had to get more. I think that this was great for the underground rap game culture. What's the what we got? Rare Breed Entertainment, million views strong. Was strong, man. It was definitely great for the culture. We'd love to get some of them rappers on the podcast and get more of their perspective.
Right.
There's no cameras allowed. I would love to get their live. They ain't having that shit. They was telling people to shut that joint off. They wasn't exclusive. I get it too.
Yeah.
I definitely understand it. And it's you got to expect it. Like you said, it's one of those boxing matches. It's one of those, I don't want to consider it to a comedy event, but I will compare it when it comes to the electricity and the expectation. You can't wait for it. And it brings a lot of electricity. Like you said, we live for this shit, the competition, to be able to get in here and get one-on-one. And I think a lot of the critique on rappers today they're afraid to get in there and get busy. We like the people that call people out by name. We had a problem with Drake kind of innuendo. And we had a problem with Nicki and Cardi innuendo. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Call them out by name. And this right here, they getting in your face and they calling your mama name, your daddy's name, your dead sister's name, your dog's fucking name. And you got to sit there and take it and then give it right back on the fly. It's nothing like it. Yeah, now, what do you think about, because early on, I had in my mind, like, damn, watching this stuff, the you know what I mean, the Loaded Luxes, the Hollow the Dons, Murder Mooks. I'm like, how do these brothers not have deals? Why aren't these people in the forefront? Because this is real hip hop. This is real music. And a lot of the people will kind of school me to say it can't resonate the bars. You get them in the booth and it's time to make a record and they can't make a record. They don't translate to radio. Now, does that water down the product? What do you think about that?
That's an interesting dynamic, man, that you bring up, you know, and some do, but a lot of them don't. You know what I mean? That's kind of true to a certain extent. I think Serious Jones, you know, I met that brother personally. He's one of the brothers who goes back and forth, you know, makes songs and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's very interesting. I think you know, they only gonna want to, and people, these labels and different things are going to only want to invest, you know, in people who can, you know, give them that hit. But the independent game, you got to be able to diversify your portfolio and not just do the battle rap, even though it's great money in it. But how many battles you're going to have in a year and how big are those bags going to be? You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure, you know, I know they have endorsements. Some of them have endorsements, different things like that. They have other ways of making money, but I think that it'll continue to open up more revenues for them to make money, you know, and we might see, you know, in the near future, you know, that changing for battle rappers.
Well, I think it was slowly starting to change. We see Murder Mook, Dame Dash, Harlem.
Yeah.
He was in the, you know what I mean, a couple different videos. He's kind of started ingraining himself within the culture of the mainstream of hip hop. And I think that was a lot of Averb's kind of ammunition in the first round. Like, how can you forget about the people that you came under? Like, you the god now, you the GOAT, you the king of this. And now you're starting to get a name. And you see the word that's going on us. You see we can't get those shots. We ain't getting the money that we deserve being the best out here. Why you ain't putting us on? Is that Mook's responsibility, grinding out and kind of getting to where he's at right now and name the podcast in the platform that he has? Is it his responsibility?
I wouldn't say it's his responsibility solely like that. You know what I mean? He could play a part in doing his part. You know, if he's not, I mean, who knows? But you know, that's the responsibilities of the people who created it. And the people who are moving the, you know, the culture forward. You know, I think that's more so, you know, so he does have a responsibility, but not the whole, you know, because he, you know.
Should he have them on his podcast? Should he promote them more? What do you say to that? I mean, do you have a response? He
can do what he want. I mean, he can do what he want to do. I mean, you would think so. I would think, you know, that's a person will move a certain way. And again, I don't know who he had on his podcast, but you know, we say yeah. And he may have his reasons why not, you know, whatever the reason may be.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future now, he may change that. I think that'd be a dope look. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah, man. I would have to agree to that. Shout out to the battle though, man. Averb versus Murder Mook, a classic. It has to go down as a classic, man. And we definitely appreciate it. Great for hip hop right here on the Uncensored Truth Podcast Friday night. We appreciate everyone sticking around for us. Getting busy in here. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. Leave your zip codes, area codes, whatever you want.
Your city.
And your cities.
Yes, sir.
In the building right now. Let's see who we got up in here while we get going on.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
We do appreciate all the participation from everybody in the building. If you're still listening live to the Uncensored Truth Podcast, go ahead and hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. And if you're looking for our exclusive channel, it is Uncensored Truth Podcast. It's actually the featured channel on this channel right now. You can find it. Make sure you go over there, and check us out, man. We got a lot of dope content coming real soon. You know what I mean? We the content kings around this month. So that's all we do. 24, 7 day, whatever you say, we
all day
put
long
out content. So yeah, man. Quick announcement though, man. We are privileged and proud to announce that on October 26th and the 27th, we will be live at Caroline for Big Bro TK Kirkland's album release party, Gangsta Conversations. Please go right now, get that on iTunes, pre-order that right now. We'll be in the building doing this podcast, the Uncensored Truth Podcast live, as well as I think Doggy Diamond's podcast, Aisha Diaz podcast, and LaBella from Tidal, as well as a lot of other people. So if you're in the tri-state area, New York area, make sure you're in the building. You can go to carolines.com right now for tickets and more information. It's going to be dope. I can't wait.
PR from Shade 45, Angela Yee, Lip Service.
Oh, yeah.
Third of Breakfast Club, and our man Charlamagne the God, 1/3 of the Breakfast Club, will be hosting live that night, October 26th, October 27th. We got other big news coming for you real soon, but we're going to hold on to that. We're going to tuck it in the, and host it real close to us and let it go when it needs to go down. But yeah, appreciate everyone out there still sticking around with us. We'll talk, and we'll get briefly update you guys on the Mac Miller situation before we get out of here. But let me start shouting people out because I see it buzzing in here right now. I see Jersey in the building. Jersey's always in the building. John Ramos, thank you for sticking around. The Bronx stand up. 718 in the building. 702.
Yeah.
Patterson, New Jersey. We always love Jersey. Florida 910-340-912. Irresistible Force. Peace to you. Peace to you.
Yeah.
Princess Smith, hi. How you doing? St. Clair Haynes, hi. It was good with you.
Yeah.
713 stand up. Yes, man, we in the building. Appreciate everyone sticking around live.
Yes, sir.
Friday night, another live edition. I think this is episode 2 live.
Yeah, man. Number 2, man.
Yeah,
We be going in every Friday night at 7:30. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. The 203 in the building. Look like Connecticut. You know what I mean? We in here, man. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Once again, condolences out to his family. Detroit, Michigan. Peace, God. Irresistible Force. What up with you? 313 Detroit in the building. Yes.
Had a great interview this week. Oh God, our brother Trev over at Plug the Plug LLC. Buy, trade, sell electronics. That interview should be up within the. I don't know about tonight. Shit's acting slow, but tonight or tomorrow,
617.
I had an interview up.
Yes.
You know what I mean, for you guys. Real dope build, real dope interview. Make sure you check that out and support that brother. You'll see why it's definitely worth it. Appreciate you, man.
910 North Carolina. Peace to you.
Boston, what's good with you? Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Definitely. Talked about Mac Miller in depth. We'll get into it a little bit before we get out of here.
What y'all think about the podcast, though? Let us know what y'all think, about the Uncensored Truth Podcast, man. We're going to be rolling out a lot. We got a lot, of great stuff, including the mentorship program. That's right. We got 4 professionals who are going to be rolling out a mentorship program that you yourself can take, part in. If you ever wondered how we grow our YouTube channel so successfully, we're going to open it up for people, even in regular business. If you have a regular business, you're going to want to join this mentorship program. It's going to be real affordable. And I'm telling you, man, the brothers that we got into this, you're going to want to sign up. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be rolled out real soon. Thank you, John Ramos.
Yeah, blessings to you, brother. Appreciate you.
We appreciate that humbly.
We trying to be, man. You see the numbers.
Anton, yes.
I talk shit a little bit, but I'm going to keep talking a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Because when you have 2 brothers who individually have what we have at Viral Hip Hop News, make sure you get them hats right now.
Yes, sir.
In Viral Hip Hop News in the description box right now.
Yeah.
And you have Hip Hop News Uncensored currently smoking at 350,000 strong.
Yes, sir.
And you look at someone that started late 2016, probably later.
Yes, sir.
Early 2017. And we sit here in 2018 and you see the numbers. There's no denying it. Numbers don't lie.
Yes.
And we kicking ass and taking names, and that should be noted. We're humble about it, but we're not going to make any mistake that we're one of the hottest podcasts out here, thanks to y'all, the people.
Yeah.
content kings we like to be known by, because we're going to give you nonstop content 24/7, 7 days a week. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the hate. We appreciate the trolls. We appreciate each and every one of y'all giving this some love, giving this energy, and keeping this train rolling.
Yeah.
Indeed, we got the mentorship program going on, like God alluded to. Brother Darren, brother Kansu, what an electric brother that is, man. We got some real dynamic content coming for you. If you want to build a YouTube platform, if you want to get great, if you want to build a successful business, if you want to just build with 4 brothers that really got shit going on, you want to get involved with this mentorship, I promise you, it is worth its weight in gold.
Yes.
We can't wait to drop it for you, man. The energy is going to be there. We can't wait to just get in touch with the people and watch businesses and watch people grow and be successful from this, because we got a testimonial page that we'll drop. We're both testimonies of the business, and we can't wait for you to be a testimony too, man. So subscribe.
Yes,
make sure you get involved with the mentorship. Getting long-winded, God, I'll drop it over to you, man. Let's go.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to the opinionated asshole up in the building, and to Ronald Savage. Peace to you in the building. I don't know if that's the Ronald Savage, but if that's the brother that I think it is, peace to you, much respect, out to y'all, in the building. And we do appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
John Ramos, every Friday around between 7:30 and 8. We like to say 8, but we got on early tonight given the Mac Miller situation. Expect us anytime between 7:30 and 8. We drop the pre-show on the Uncensored Truth podcast official platform. We do that between 7 and 7:30, so you can get a little pregame of what's going on, and then we jump right here exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored and give you what you got, baby. So make sure you go over there, subscribe to the Uncensored Truth podcast, and then transition right over, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir, man. But man, I think we're gonna that's it. I don't think we had nothing else. James, I'm gonna answer you real quick. You heard anything about M coming back with a diss track? Yes, I did. It was an article on Billboard today where Eminem's manager allegedly said that he will be releasing a diss track for Machine Gun Kelly, but stay tuned, for that. Yeah, man, it's been dynamic. We're gonna do this every Friday.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Sandman, CEO, Viral Hip Hop News over there. God, CEO, Hip Hop News, Uncensored collaboration, Uncensored Truth podcast, is our joint partnership. Also, we're rolling out the mentorship program. So we just working, man. We appreciate y'all. Give a quick couple quick shots out real quick. I want to give a shout out to the whole squad over there at Hip Hop UN, Lady T, Brother Darren, and Brother Kansu, and everybody working behind the scenes. It's not just us, it's other people that are working, hard behind the scenes. Shout out to y'all, and I do appreciate all the work that y'all do. And of course, my right-hand man, even though he's over there to the left right now, Sandman, doing big things, you know what I mean? Dynamic brother, appreciate working with you, bro. And that's all I got, man.
Appreciate you, God. I want to give a shout out to everybody that subscribed to Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth podcast. We appreciate each and every one of y'all support. We can't thank you enough. This gets driven because of y'all. The energy is spectacular. 383 people in the building right now. Thank each and every one of y'all that are sitting here and just bullshitting with us.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you sincerely. Make sure you drop your zip code so we can also show you some love. Tanya Clark.
Yeah.
What's good with you, baby? 203. What's good with you?
My man Lenny, I left the email for you to drop us some music. We got a lot of people saying they want to send us some music.
Drop the music.
Yes, sir. God at hiphopun.com.
That's also something we provide. Thank you for mentioning that, God.
Yeah.
If you want your music promoted, if you're a serious artist out there, if you know a serious artist out there, make sure you share this video. Get them the plug, the direct plug to their music to get it out in front of 450,000 people worldwide.
Yes.
You see what we're doing right here on the podcast live? Imagine if your music was playing here in front of 383 people, then we drop the link for these people to drop and buy your music. Mm-hmm. That can happen for you exclusively right here on Hip Hop News Uncensored, Viral Hip Hop News, and the Uncensored Truth podcast. We'll have a link in the description box for further information, details for that on how to get your music distributed on the Uncensored Truth podcast throughout all the platforms. Yeah. We don't want to take credit for your stuff. We want to promote your stuff, and let's win together, baby. Definitely. We appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Yes,
31023 John Hamilton.
Yes,
faithfully in the building, each and every podcast, each and every show. See you in the comment section, Heavy, man. We got something dope for you, man. We're gonna get some merchandise out here for the people that really ride with us. Man.
Yeah. We're gonna roll it out real soon and start just giving stuff away to y'all. We're gonna open up a phone line here real soon. Just help us, evolve the podcast. All you gotta do is just share the videos when y'all see our video, to hit that like button, and that's all the participation we're gonna ask for. And that takes a couple presses of a button to do, and we do appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Naptown. Go ahead, brother.
Somebody asked me what I was doing on the laptop. I don't know if they're talking to me or talking to you, but let me turn that down a little bit. That's our man Trev right there, editing it up, getting that ready for y'all. Stay tuned to that interview.
Yeah.
Y'all see the new logo? Shout out to our man Foul Mouth Angel.
Show him that. Turn you got it up there?
I'll get that up there.
Yeah, get that up there real quick. I'm gonna give a shout out to Compton, California, real quick. You know, in the building, Naptown, which is Naptown, Indianapolis. Indianapolis. My man Darren's out there in Indianapolis.
Naptown.
Yes,
Home
sir.
of Mike Epps.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That book was incredible. I don't know if y'all checked out Mike Epps' book. You know what I mean? Definitely an incredible book.
Yes, sir.
Naptown, Indiana. Y'all got some real motherfuckers out there from what we hear, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Let's get that up there for them.
Yes, sir. Show them the new logo right quick. The Uncensored Truth, the new logo. You not really doing a lot of justice here, but y'all will see it on the videos, you know, real soon. You know, so yeah, man. On the way out, that's our brother Jay Son. You can find him at King Toro 84 at Instagram. It's King Toro 84. That's the intro music right there for more music. Yeah, man.
Oh God, you answer this question. 860 Mike was asking for y'all. Who that? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. He's either.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Gene Alvarez. If you got some more information on that, let us know before we get out of here. We would love to answer your question. We're here for y'all. Virgin Islands in the house. Woo!
Okay.
Shout out. We out there in the islands. You heard?
Show some love for the City Girl 305. Okay.
Yes.
Sky's the limit. Yes, sir.
We try.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Orlando. I'm looking to buy some land out there real soon, man. Orlando's a dope spot, man. Dope. Shout out to this state of Florida, city of Orlando. Beautiful, beautiful area, man.
Yes, sir. But on the way out, BK, Bed-Stuy.
Yes.
We're going to give one more condolences to the family of Mac Miller. We're out of here. You have listened to another episode of the Uncensored Truth podcast. I have a beautiful, beautiful night, and we are out of here, family. Peace.